Welcome to the Tunnel of Sane. Today, we begin a breathtaking journey through time, space, and understanding. A journey guided by the timeless voice of Carl Sagan, his masterwork that fuses science with wonder, history with humility, and facts with poetry. This is the story of everything, of us, the stars, and the void between. Chapter 1. The Shores of the Cosmic Ocean. The cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be. With this profound sentence, Carl Sagan begins his journey, our journey, into the great mystery that surrounds us. We stand, he says, on the shores of a vast cosmic ocean. The universe stretches out in all directions, unimaginably huge, humbling in its scale. Yet here we are, fragile beings of carbon and water, learning to read the cosmic script written in light. Let's go back. 4 billion years ago, Earth formed from the debris of ancient stars. Those stars had lived, died, and scattered their contents into space. Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, the building blocks of life. Our planet formed from these elements, and eventually, life emerged from chemical chaos. Through chance and necessity, through selection and survival, tiny single-celled organisms gave rise to all that we know. The trees, the insects, the whales, the birds, and us. We are, in the most literal sense, made of star stuff. But our journey isn't just biological. It's intellectual. For most of human history, the cosmos was something to be feared, worshipped, or ignored. Our ancestors looked up and created myths. They saw gods in the stars, dragons in the clouds, omens in eclipses. And while they didn't have telescopes or science as we know it, they had curiosity, and sometimes that was enough. Chapter 2. One Voice in the Cosmic Fugue. Life is a cosmic symphony. In Chapter 2, Carl Sagan turns our gaze inward to the miracle of life itself. How do we come to be? Why does life exist at all? What is the story of that single voice, ours, within the grand harmony of the universe? Life, Sagan explains, is not an accident, but it is improbable. From the chaos of chemical reactions, over billions of years, emerged molecules capable of copying themselves. DNA, the carrier of life's instructions, emerged from simplicity, a product of energy, molecules, and time. We are descendants of survivors. Our ancestors, dating back billions of years, competed in a harsh, uncaring world. They adapted, mutated, evolved. Those who survived passed on their genes. Every cell in your body carries a history that reaches back to the very first life form. From single-celled organisms to sponges, from fish to reptiles, from mammals to primates. This branching tree of life shows how nature explores complexity. Life diversified and filled every niche. Insects buzzed, dinosaurs roared, flowers bloomed, and eventually, one curious ape looked up at the stars and asked, "Where do we come from?" That ape is us. We are not just the products of evolution. We are its storytellers. Our minds, shaped by biology and culture, can imagine other worlds, build machines, split atoms, and wonder about our place in the universe. But Sagan does not romanticize life blindly. He speaks of extinction, of the fragility of ecosystems, of the narrow knife edge on which life balances. 99% of all species that ever lived are now extinct. Even humans are recent arrivals, a mere blink in cosmic time. And yet, we are capable of grasping the story of the cosmos itself. This, Sagan says, is the fugue. A fugue is a musical form, a composition of interweaving voices. And life, across the cosmos, may be playing such a fugue, different melodies in distant worlds unknown to us. If life exists elsewhere in the universe, and it may, then we are but one voice in an immense, interstellar chorus. As the chapter closes, Sagan returns to humility. Science does not diminish us, he says. It does not turn us into mere accidents. Rather, it shows that we belong, that we are part of something vast, ancient, and beautiful. He warns us, too. With great knowledge comes great responsibility. Our science has given us power to heal, to destroy, to explore. We must choose wisely, because the cosmos is not just something we observe. It is something we shape in small but meaningful ways. Let's begin again, not just with awe, but with curiosity. Chapter 3: The Harmony of Worlds. To truly grasp our place in the cosmos, we must look at how we first measured it. In Chapter 3, The Harmony of Worlds, Carl Sagan celebrates the genius of Johannes Kepler, a man born into hardship, destined for obscurity, but who transformed our understanding of the heavens. Kepler was a mystic and a mathematician. To him, the universe was not chaos, but harmony, music made visible in the motion of planets. He believed the cosmos was crafted with intention, perhaps even music, and he sought to decode the divine melody with mathematics. But his path was anything but simple. In Kepler's time, most people believed in a universe of perfect circles and heavenly spheres, inherited from Plato and Ptolemy. Even Copernicus, who bravely placed the sun at the center, clung to the idea of celestial symmetry. Kepler did not. Armed with the precise astronomical data of Tycho Brahe, Kepler uncovered something extraordinary. Planets do not move in perfect circles. They trace ellipses, ovals, not circles, around the sun. This was heresy to many. But Kepler had found truth hidden in imperfection. The orbits of Mars, Earth, and Venus were not elegant loops, but stretched and skewed paths across the heavens. This discovery led to his 3 laws of planetary motion, laws that later inspired Newton and the very foundations of physics. Sagan emphasizes the poetry in this discovery. Kepler wept when he realized that the universe was more complex than his mysticism had hoped. But he accepted it. That is science at its core, not clinging to what we wish to be true, but surrendering to what is. And with Kepler's vision, the heavens were no longer random. They were predictable, mathematical, beautiful, not ruled by gods or fate, but by laws that could be written down. The harmony of worlds is not only music, it is mathematics made eternal. Sagan uses this moment to remind us. Our species is capable of great insight. Even in an age of superstition, one man's courage to question, calculate, and let go of ancient dogma illuminated the sky. Chapter 4: Heaven and Hell. From harmony to fire. Chapter 4, Heaven and Hell, takes a darker turn. Carl Sagan now invites us to gaze upon Venus, a planet once thought to be a paradise, but revealed to be a warning. Early astronomers imagined Venus as Earth's twin, shrouded in white clouds, perhaps hosting oceans, rainforests, or even intelligent life. The truth, revealed by modern science, is far more tragic. Venus is a world of runaway greenhouse effect. Its thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide traps heat with brutal efficiency. The result? Surface temperatures of over 900 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. Its clouds aren't water, they're sulfuric acid. Sagan walks us through the slow, careful process of uncovering this truth. Scientists once thought Venus might hold life beneath its clouds. But as radar probes and Soviet landers pierced the veil, they discovered a furnace of pressure and heat. And here, Sagan offers a warning. Venus is not just a planet. It is a mirror, a version of Earth that took a different path. A reminder that planetary climates are fragile, and greenhouse gases are not just numbers in a spreadsheet. They can destroy oceans, melt rocks, and erase civilizations. In Sagan's time, concerns about global warming were only just emerging. But he saw the parallel clearly. What happened to Venus could happen here. Slowly, invisibly, until it's too late. Heaven and hell, Sagan reminds us, are not metaphysical places. They are planetary states. And whether our Earth remains a blue oasis or becomes a scorched wasteland may depend on us. But the chapter is not without hope. In understanding Venus, we learn how special Earth truly is. Our delicate balance of atmosphere, temperature, and chemistry is not guaranteed. It is earned through care, through awareness, through science. Sagan ends with a reflection. The ancient myths placed gods in the sky, Venus as the goddess of love, Mars as the god of war. But the truth, revealed through science, is both more terrifying and more beautiful than myth. These planets are not divine, but real. They are places we can touch, explore, understand. In doing so, we learn not only about the cosmos, but about ourselves. Chapter 5. Blues for a Red Planet. The fifth chapter is a love letter and a lament, a story of curiosity, hope, and caution. Its subject? Mars. Mars has fascinated humans for centuries. The red wanderer in the night sky, named after the god of war, glowing with an almost angry light. But in the eyes of astronomers and dreamers alike, it became something more, a symbol of possibility. In the 19th century, astronomers like Giovanni Schiaparelli observed what appeared to be canali, channels, or grooves on the Martian surface. Sagan does not mock these early ideas. Instead, he honors them. They were wrong, yes, but they were bold. They asked big questions, and in asking, they opened the door to better answers. The real Mars, it turns out, is more subtle. It's a planet that may have once had liquid water and possibly life. Its poles hold ice. Its valleys suggest rivers once flowed. But today it's cold, airless, and largely silent. Still, Sagan urges us not to give up hope. Maybe life did exist on Mars. Microbial life, clinging to warmth beneath the surface. Maybe it still does. Future missions may yet find fossilized bacteria or living extremophiles hiding in underground aquifers. But this chapter is more than geology. It's about projection, about how humans project dreams, fears, and fantasies onto the unknown. Mars became a mirror, a canvas, a way for us to imagine other minds and reflect on our own. In the end, Sagan plays a mournful tune, a blues for a red planet, a song of longing. Because while Mars is lifeless today, it could have been something more. And maybe, one day, with care and vision, it still can be. Chapter 6. Traveler's Tales. Now, the cosmos becomes a sea, and we its sailors. In Chapter 6, Traveler's Tales, Carl Sagan explores the human instinct to explore, to journey into the unknown, to tell stories of places no one has yet seen. This instinct, he says, is ancient. It lives in the Polynesian navigators who crossed vast oceans with only the stars and waves to guide them, in the Egyptian traders who ventured south into Africa, in the caravans of the Silk Road, and in the great sailing ships of the Age of Discovery. But now, we are on the cusp of a new kind of exploration, no longer across oceans, but across space. Sagan likens our robotic probes, Voyager, Pioneer, Mariner, to the early scouts of human expansion. They travel farther than any person ever has, sending back data, images, stories. They are travelers in every sense. And like the sailors of old, they carry messages, greetings etched into metal and binary, just in case someone out there is listening. One of the most moving parts of this chapter is Sagan's description of the golden record aboard the Voyager spacecraft. It contains sounds of Earth, thunder, whales, greetings in many languages, and music from Bach to Blind Willie Johnson. It even includes a child's laughter. Why send these? Because Sagan says we must hope that someone or something might one day find it. That these sounds, traveling through interstellar space, may be the first impression another civilization has of us. But the chapter also reminds us, our journey has only just begun. Interstellar travel is still far beyond our capabilities. The nearest stars are light years away. Even our fastest spacecraft would take tens of thousands of years to reach them. And yet, we've already launched our first messages into the dark. What makes humans special, Sagan says, is not that we are powerful, but that we care. That we dare to dream about life beyond our cradle. That we send our voices into the void, hoping they'll be heard. The universe is vast. Perhaps life is rare. Perhaps it is common. But unless we explore, we will never know. Sagan ends this chapter not with certainty, but with courage. Like the ancient travelers who set sail, not knowing if land lay beyond the horizon, we too must sail outward. Our ships now are made of metal and silicon, but the spirit is the same, bold, uncertain, hopeful. Chapter 7, The Backbone of Night. When we look up on a clear, moonless night, something ancient greets us, the Milky Way, a river of stars cutting across the sky. The Greeks called it the backbone of night, a shining path through the heavens. To ancient people, it was mystery, myth, and magic. But now we know, it is something even more awe-inspiring. It is our home, a galaxy of hundreds of billions of stars. And we, Earth, the Sun, every one of us, we are sailing quietly inside it. For much of history, the night sky was a storybook. Civilizations spun tales of gods, monsters, and heroes written in the stars. They believed the heavens were perfect, divine, untouchable by human hands or thoughts. But a few brave thinkers dared to wonder, could the stars be suns? Could the universe be made of the same stuff as we are? Anaxagoras, Democritus, and others in ancient Greece whispered dangerous ideas. That the sky wasn't made of fire or divine material, but atoms. That the moon had mountains. That the stars were other worlds. These ideas were radical, and for centuries they were ignored or punished. But they planted a seed that would one day grow into the science of stars. This chapter isn't just about stars. It's about who we are. We come from a lineage of thinkers who dared to ask questions, who looked at the night sky and didn't see gods, but possibilities. That courage lives in us today. The night sky is not just a backdrop. It's our origin story. When you next look up, remember, you are not small. You are not insignificant. You are the result of 13.8 billion years of cosmic evolution, a way for the universe to know itself. From the ancient sands of Mesopotamia to galaxies light years away, from the fiery birth of stars to the quiet dawn of human thought. In these first 7 chapters of Cosmos, we've uncovered not just the story of the universe, but our story. Carl Sagan taught us that science is more than data. It's a romance with the universe. It's the courage to question and the humility to know we're made of stardust. We've walked through the corridors of time, met the minds who lit the path of reason, and stood in awe beneath the backbone of night. And yet, this is only the beginning. There's still so much more to explore. More stars to follow. More truths waiting in the silence between galaxies. If this journey moved you, if you felt wonder, even for a moment, then join us. Sparkle subscribe to the Tunnel of Sane for more voyages into time, science, and the soul of the cosmos. Because the stars are still speaking.